Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Debbie Lee and I am with the White Samurai crew today, and I just want to welcome everyone in. So if you're here, if you've got your tea, if you've got a matcha, if you've got your ice soda, and I will just get straight into it. So I just want to thank you for being here today, because the conversation that we're going to have is a little bit personal. It's meaningful, and honestly, it's something that's been growing inside of me for the past year. So before we jump into today's topic on trading and market behavior and how the wealthy leverage the system to their advantage, I want to share a bit of the journey that brought me here with you. So, over this past year, I have been working very closely with the team at White Samurai, and I cannot stress this enough. What I have seen, what I have learnt, what I have witnessed changed everything about how I look at money and investing and personal finance empowerment. I'm talking about real people, everyday people, not trust fund babies, not hedge fund heirs, not my dad owns 3 yachts people. I'm talking about the working class girlies. I stretch my groceries because I get paid next Friday girlies. My rent is too high and I'm still trying to look cute and live life girlies. Why does it feel like I never have enough money no matter how hard I work girlies? Those are my people, because I am one of them too. I know what it feels like to check your bank account and feel your chest tighten, to feel you're doing everything right, you're working hard, staying responsible, and still somehow it's not enough. I know that exhaustion, that frustration, that fear. And that is why I created this channel. Not because I know everything, because I know that I don't. Not because I want to preach, but because I want to bring like-minded people together. Because community is power. I'll say that again. Community is power. So, knowledge is power. Shared strength is power. And if I can help even just one person feel more financially grounded, more capable, more confident in building their future, then this is worth every second. And if you're here right now, well, I hope you're well. I hope you're well today. And just remember that you're part of this too. So feel free to leave a comment, because your voice adds to the conversation. And always don't forget to check out the team at White Samurai. And if you want to go a little bit deeper with this kind of learning, we're building knowledge together. No one gets left behind. Okay, so let's talk about today's topic: trading and market behavior. What is trading? What it looks like behind the curtain. Why the wealthy love it. And how you can get your slice without gambling your rent, your sanity, and your peace. Because trading is not just buy low, sell high. That's the most surface level explanation ever. Trading is about understanding human behavior. Money is emotional. Markets are emotional. The wealthy know that. They don't just trade numbers, they trade patterns, psychology, timing, and information. The Warren Buffett example. You've all heard him. Now, before we get too deep into charts and candlesticks and terms, I want to talk about someone that we all know, or someone that we all think that we know. Warren Buffett. But today, I will be interested to see how many people still misinterpret this story. So, people look at Warren Buffett as today's billionaire, one of the most successful investors in the world. But what most people don't realize is that he started investing as a child. He learnt patience before he ever made real money. His wealth didn't explode until his 50s and 60s. So let me just say that again. The majority of Warren Buffett's wealth came after the age of 50, because his wealth didn't come from quick flips. It came from time, consistency, and discipline. So when I hear people say, oh, investing's only for rich people, I think, no, babe. It's actually the thing that can help create wealth. When I hear, but I don't know where to start, I think you start exactly where you are, right now, today. So listen to this. If you feel that little bit of spark, that little bit of curiosity, hey, maybe I can learn this. Hold on to that. Don't let anyone put that flame out. So, trading. Let's break it down. Trading is the act of buying and selling something in the finance markets, like stocks, forex, cryptos, commodities, whatever it is. The goal of making profit from price changes. But here's where it gets a little bit deeper. Trading isn't just about numbers and charts. Trading is market psychology, how masses behave, timing and reaction, information awareness, understanding trends, and emotional control. The market is a living thing. It breathes, it expands, and it contracts. The wealthy understand that. They don't go into trading to get rich quick. They go into trading to build wealth over time with discipline. So how the wealthy use trading? The wealthy don't rely on one paycheck. They don't rely on one income stream. They don't rely on chance. They use trading to multiply what they already have, hedge against inflation, make their money, work while they sleep, create financial cushioning and stability. They understand that your money is not moving. If your money is not moving, it's losing value. And inflation makes sure of that. So if you're working every day, earning your money through your time and labor, that money should be out there earning more money for you. Even if you start small. $20, $5, the amount is not the point. The point is participation. So how do we get a slice of this cake? So we understand what trading is, and we understand how the wealthy use it to build sustained wealth over time. But the real question is, how do we get in on this? How do we, the everyday girlies, the 9-to-5 warriors, the make it work hustlers get a seat at this table because the table's real. The money flowing through markets every single day is real, and the opportunity is real. But before we enter gently, thoughtfully, and with clarity, let's break down into 4 steps how each one builds upon the last. So step 1, build your awareness before you leap. Step 1, build awareness. Oops, not how you spell build. So most people try to jump in before they understand what they're jumping into. And when you don't know what's happening, everything feels overwhelming, confusing, frustrating, and that is where people give up. Awareness is where confidence begins. This means learning what markets exist, what assets actually are, how pricing moves, what causes swings and trends. And listen, you do not have to learn everything at once. We're not trying to get a finance degree in one video. You just need to give yourself permission to explore, to get curious, to notice how markets behave. Because once your brain has context, the fear starts to fade and confidence has space to grow. And this is exactly why I mention the White Samurai team, because learning happens so much easier when you have people who explain things simply, who answer questions, and who want you to succeed. You don't need to learn alone, and you shouldn't. Step number 2, start small. Be humble, stay steady, and be patient. Step number 2. So when people think about trading, they imagine, I need to put thousands of dollars in. I need big money to play the game. I'll start when I have more saved. That's a very common one. But no, you start with small amounts. Even $10, $20, $50. Because not only small money will make you rich, but because small money buys you experience. When the amount is small, you stay calm. You can observe and not panic. You can make mistakes without emotional damage. You can learn the rhythm of the market. The goal is to learn the behavior of price, not chase the immediate profit. Think of it like learning to drive. You don't start on the freeway. You start in a small, quiet little neighborhood parking lot because no one else is around and you have the space to make mistakes, especially safely. So trading is the same. Your first goal is not profit. Your first goal is to understand movement, timing, and control. Profits come later as a result of more skill. So step number 3, you want to join Join a community. Because trading alone is the hardest way. Oh, look at that one. We've seen that one before. Step number 3, community is power. Don't do it alone. So that is the hardest version of trading alone. Not because you can't learn on your own, you can, absolutely, but because learning alone means no one explains what you're seeing, no one helps you understand why things happen, no one keeps you motivated, and no one reminds you that one loss doesn't mean failure. Trading is something that was designed to be shared. The wealthy do not trade alone, they trade in groups, in teams, in networks, and communities. They share analysis, they share strategies, they share mindset. Because they're all like-minded individuals. So this is why the team at White Samurai matter, because they're all in it together. And it's a learning environment. You don't just learn how, you learn the why and the when and the what. Humans learn best together because we're social, especially when emotions are involved. And trading is emotional work. Community keeps you grounded, community keeps you from quitting, community helps you evolve faster. So step number 4, remove the ego. So you trade with logic, not identity. Step number 4, no ego equals trading with logic. So this one is very important. When you enter a trade thinking, I have a right to be here. This trade has to work and I need to win this one. Your identity becomes attached to your outcome. But trading isn't about being right. Trading is about observing, probability, risk management, strategy, and emotional neutrality. The wealthy don't care if they're wrong sometimes because they know it's not about being right all the time, it's about managing losses and letting winners grow. So the ego needs to step aside. You don't need to learn trading to prove to yourself. You learn trading to empower yourself. This is why we say, have a plan before you trade, follow the plan, and trust the plan. Because when you trade from logic instead of emotion, you move with clarity instead of chaos. And chaos is where wealth begins. Clarity is where wealth begins. So, what happens when you follow these steps? You get to learn the market instead of fearing it. You grow skill instead of stress. You gain confidence instead of anxiety. And you build wealth instead of chasing luck. These steps save you time and money and emotional burnout. They turn the market from something that feels intimidating into something that feels possible. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. When you're ready, if you're ready to go deeper, if you want guidance, if you want support, you can join us at the White Samurai team and learn alongside people who are like-minded, who have been in those situations before. So drop a comment or message me if you feel like it. I will point you in the right direction. So what is next? 3 common mistakes that beginners make. So let's get into something really important, because learning what trading is one thing. Understanding how to not sabotage yourself while you learn is another. And I say this with the utmost of care, sincerely, because every new trader, and I mean every single one, will run into these challenges unless they are aware of them ahead of time. These mistakes don't happen because you're not smart. They don't happen because you're not capable. They happen because your trading affects your emotions, and emotions affect decisions. So let's break these down deeply. So mistake number 1 is trading based on emotions instead of strategy. Emotion is powerful, but when money is involved, emotions get loud. When you first start trading, the markets feel personal. If you make a little profit, you feel amazing. You're literally on top of the world. But when you take a loss, it feels like failure. It feels like you did something wrong. You're bad at this. But here's the truth that wealthy traders understand. The market is not emotional. The market doesn't care. It's simply a market that moves. Losses are normal, wins are normal, they are part of the game. But when you're new, you haven't built that emotional resilience yet. So you react, you chase, you correct too quickly, you jump in way too fast, or you exit too soon out of fear. And that's emotional trading. And emotional trading is where money goes to disappear. So how do we fix this? We fix it before the trade even happens. Before entering any trade, you should decide your entry point and decide your exit point. Decide your stop loss and decide your goal. So you're not going to make decisions in the moment. You're going to follow a plan made by your emotions through calmness and rationality. This one shift will save you months of frustration, honestly. Mistake number 2, risking too much too soon. Let me ask you something real. How do you feel when you put money into something and you're scared to lose it? Your heart beats a little bit differently. Your stomach tightens. Your mind gets really loud. And you start second guessing everything. Because that money means something to you. It's connected to your security, your survival, your rent, your food. So when new traders risk too much, their nervous systems go into fight or flight. And nobody makes good decisions in fight or flight. This is why you'll hear things wealthy traders say like, trade with money you are comfortable losing. That's why they say start small. They aren't saying it because they expect you to lose. They're saying it because how you feel while trading affects every decision you make. If the amount is small enough, you can stay calm and you can think. If the amount is too big, your emotions will take the wheel. They will drive you right off the road. So, what is the fix? So you start small, smaller than you think, because the goal at first is not to make money. The goal is to learn how to trade without emotional panic. Think of it like learning to swim. You don't start in the deep end. You start where your feet can touch the ground. So mistake number 3, thinking trading will make you rich very quickly. So let's talk about a mindset for a second. A lot of beginners enter trading thinking, this is my chance to finally get ahead. This is how I'll fix my life completely and quickly. This will solve my financial problems now. And I want to speak to that with compassion because I know that feeling. I've lived that feeling. But when you are desperate to change your situation fast, you feel vulnerable to things like rushing trades, ignoring signs, forcing outcomes, and hoping instead of planning. That desperation comes from a real place, wanting more for yourself. But trading is not built on speed. Trade is built on skill. And skill takes time. But here's the beautiful part about that. Once you build the skill, no one can take it from you because it's yours forever. So instead of chasing money, we learn to chase understanding, discipline, patience, and gradual growth. So the fix for that. So say your goal is, I need to win big right away. So from that we go to, I am here to learn. Every trade teaches me something. The money will come later. Because it will. This mindset shift alone is what separates the people who quit after 2 weeks from the people who succeed over years. So why these fixes prevent mistakes completely? Because if you plan before you enter a trade, your emotions can't control you. You risk only small amounts, your nervous system stays calm, and you think clearly. And by focusing on learning instead of fast winning, you build skills that lead to long-term success. You bypass the traps, you stay ready, and you grow smarter instead of burnt out. And that is how trading becomes a tool for empowerment and not stress. So, just as a summary, today we have learnt trading is not gambling. It is based on behavior, patterns, and strategy. The wealthy do not trade for quick wins. They trade to build sustainable, long-term wealth. You can start small. Your power is in showing up, learning, practicing, staying ready. And most importantly, you deserve financial stability. You deserve security. You deserve to feel in control of your future. So if you felt something in today's conversation, if something clicked, if you're ready to learn more, stay connected. Comment under this video, let me know your thoughts, your fears, or your hopes, or if you want to share moments of joy. And if you want to join the deeper community and start learning alongside people who care, who support, and who get it, come check out the team at White Samurai. They were all building wealth together. The real, slow, steady, strategic, and supportive way. Because we rise together. Thank you.